Hey there everyone, it is Tuesday, October 19th in the year 2021. Hopefully I find you all doing well. Remember, please subscribe to my channel, click the thumb up, the thumb button to like the videos, and be sure to comment. I like comments and I'll try to reply to everyone. And be sure to share my videos if you think others can benefit from it, okay? Alrighty, what I'm going to talk about today is how to run the numbers on a property if you want to get a rental property. Because before you buy one, you need to know how to run the numbers. It's very easy. You don't need to have a degree in mathematics. You don't need to be a math expert. You don't need to know calculus, fractions. Nah, you don't need any of that. Now, if you can do it by hand, you can use a spreadsheet, or I use, and I'm not going to continue this, but I have a subscription to BiggerPockets, and I use their calculators, but I'm going to discontinue that probably and either do it by hand or get a spreadsheet and use a spreadsheet to do it. But anyway, in a nutshell, and I'm going to show you on my tablet some calculator I've had on BiggerPockets for one of my actual houses that I own, so you can see the numbers on there. Okay, but basically, you look at what the purchase price of a house is, whatever you're buying it for, and then you add in what closing costs are for that house. You know, if you're using a bank and you're getting a mortgage, every bank charges closing costs. So you include your closing costs, then you look at how much do you need to spend on repairs. You know, does it just need to be cleaned, a couple $100? Does it need something? Whatever it needs to get it ready to rent, include that in there, okay? Because you need all that money to buy it. You look at how much money you put. Now, out of that, if you're getting a mortgage, you look at what your down payment is, and that's where you add in money you spend out of your pocket. Your down payment, the money for closing costs, the money for repairs, okay? Then you subtract from that your mortgage expenses, which is, if you have a mortgage, principal and interest, taxes and insurance, okay? If you're running numbers on potential properties, you haven't even looked, you just want to practice, you can look up what the taxes are for to my knowledge, every jurisdiction. You can find it online. If you're looking at Main Street, USA, pull up the website for Main Street, USA for that town. Look up their tax records. You can find the tax records for that house at 123 West Main Street in that town, as an example. What were the most recent taxes? Yes, when you buy it, if you pay a higher, say it was a rundown house, and you pay a higher price, or you fix it up and make it valued at more, taxes will go up eventually, but just use whatever the current taxes are. You can check with the insurance agent, what would it cost to insure the house that you're looking to buy? You know, they can tell you usually on the phone or in an email or something, or maybe an online form, depends on the company. All right. Then you also, take out percentages for vacancies, repairs, and capital expenditures. Vacancies, you can look at your area, you can talk to other landlords, you can talk to property managers, ask them, and find out how often do properties go vacant, how long do they stay vacant. In the times we're living in currently, in a lot of markets around this country, properties are getting scooped up by tenants as soon as they become available because there's a demand for housing units. So a lot of housing units, the houses I have, they find tenants quick. And it's been like this for a couple of years. They can find both locally in Virginia and Alabama, and Alabama was the slowest. In Indiana and Virginia, when I was screening my own tenants, I would, within 24, 48 hours, I sometimes had 75 replies coming in. It was overwhelming, the amount of replies I got. And this is dating back to 2017. In Indiana, however they do it, they fill properties very quickly. They're not vacant for a long period of time. But anyway, whenever a property is vacant, you still have to pay the mortgage. So you hold back a percentage to account for that, to cover for that, okay? Then you also hold back expenses or a percentage for repairs, like that leaking kitchen sink, the leaking toilet, and then also for capital expenditures. Capital expenditures are the bigger items, like a new roof, a new furnace, a new hot water heater, just things that are more expensive that you don't replace as frequently, but you still need to have the money to pay for them, okay? And that's it in a nutshell, and you can do all that calculation on the back of a napkin, literally. All right, but nowadays we have phones, we have tablets, we have computers. You can pay money for a subscription to BiggerPockets and access their calculators. They're nice. I can show you what it looks like. or you can get a spreadsheet. And if you know how to design spreadsheets, you can do it yourself, or you can find one online. All right, I'm going to show you the numbers on a house. I bought this house off the MLS. I bought it in the fall of 21? Fall of 2020 is when I bought it. October, November, sometime in there. I closed on it then. So I found it probably a month or two prior to that. I did get a mortgage on it. I bought the house. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna tell you the numbers, and I'll show you the what it looks like. I bought the house for $59,900. Okay, off MLS. I paid approximately $4,500 in total closing costs. That would include the bank's fees, prepaying any taxes, prepaying a year's worth of insurance, that sort of thing. And I don't think that's my exact number, but it's an estimate of $4,500 that I had put in here back when I first did this. Repairs were approximately $1,000. Like when I bought it, it needed some minor stuff done. It needed to be cleaned up. So about $1,000. So that brings the total project cost to about $65,400. Okay. All right. My down payment was 20%, and the down payment is just on the purchase price, not the total cost. My down payment was $11,980. My loan amount was $47,920. Okay. I did buy a point to get a slightly lower interest rate. I am not, like, if you're a first-time investor, you'll get a better interest rate than I will get. When I got this, I had who knows how many houses, 15 houses, whatever. I had a bunch of mortgages, and it's a higher interest rate, slightly. But I bought I don't know, it might have been half point or quarter point, whatever it was. I got here, I spent $558 on buying a point, but my loan interest rate was 4.75%. Okay, if you have no rental properties, your investment mortgages will always be a higher percentage than if you were buying a house to live in. Maybe a full point. I won't say always, because you can use a credit union perhaps in your local area and get a better rate than you would if you were using something else. But anyway. So anyway, this shows the total cash needed was $18,038. That's my down payment. That's my closing cost. That's the $1,000 I needed to fix it up and whatever else was in there. All right. Rent is $950. Okay. My expenses, this is my percentages I use for my expenses, because when I show you this, it won't show the percentage. I typically use 5% percentage for vacancies, and then 7% for repairs, and 7% for capital expenditures. That's a total of 19%. You got to look at your properties, and with experience, you'll better figure it out. When I use those percentage, it's a home that is in good shape. It's been fixed up. Repairs have been made. I don't expect a lot of repairs soon. I've learned from mistakes and experience that when I buy certain homes from certain people, I need to increase those figures probably to a total of 25%, maybe even 30%, because I know that some of the properties I bought needed more work after I bought them. Okay, but they had tenants in them, so it would be over a period of time. But I've learned from my mistakes, I need to have a higher percentage withheld. All right, but let's say you're buying a house like this house. This house was off MLS. It was in very good shape. All right, so anyway, my expenses, my mortgage was, I'll back up. My mortgage, principal and interest, was $249.97. All right, my insurance was $43 a month. My property taxes is $41.67 a month. Okay, so that brings my total mortgage up to, I don't know if it says it here. Here it is, mortgage expenses. Nope, that's not it. I'm sorry, I don't have that exact number right here, I don't think. So anyway, but I'm paying, say, roughly $250, $350, $350 a month. I have 20 plus mortgages I pay, and I can't remember off the top of my head how much I pay for this mortgage, but roughly $350 a month. All right, what is taken out is, for vacancies, that 5% totals $47.50. Capital expenditures and repairs, since they're both 7%, each one is $66.50. Okay, so $66.50 times 2, and $47.50. So that's the money. When I say you hold that out, like say you're holding it out for the vacancies, repairs, and capital expenditures, keep it in a bank. When I first started out, all rent money I got in would go in the bank. I'd pay my mortgage out of there, but I would not pocket anything. All the money would go into an account. So I was saving up more money than just that 19%. And I still do that. I live off some of the money now, but I still put the money away. And I won't go off on that tangent because that's above and beyond. But anyway, time's ticking on. Let me show you what this looks like. If you decide, let me cover that address up. If you decide you want to get try bigger pockets, this is what the calculator looks like. All right, I'm holding up there. I'll let you can always pause and look at the numbers on there. I will read this to you. My rent's $950 a month. My cash on cash ROI, that's my yield. It's how much money, the percentage of how much I'm making each month is 23.87%. So it's almost a 24% return. All right. I don't know about you, but that's a pretty good deal. Okay. That's a pretty good deal. I have deals that are better than that. I have deals upwards of 40%, but I have deals that are probably 10, 12% down there. But the majority of my deals are in this range here, the 20 to 30% range. My best deals are around 40%. All right. My monthly cash flow, remember, if you've heard my other videos, my goal is $250 a month. Okay. $250 a month. This monthly cash flow is $358.86 a month. Okay. You can see it right over top of my thumb there if I'm holding it the right place. So it's a good deal. That met my criteria. Okay. I don't have that's a Bigger Pockets calculator. I don't have the other one pulled up. Right at the same time I bought that one, within a week of finding that one and getting my offer accepted, I found another house off the MLS in that same area that was like $59,500, so it's $400 less, and the monthly rent is $1,050. So that one has a positive cash flow pushing towards $450 a month. That's a better deal. So anyway, that's how you run the numbers, okay? Every market's different. You might be in a market where your good deals are 7%, 10%. If you're in a market, if you're on the West Coast and you're getting 5%, and that's like a great deal to get a 5% deal, it's up to you, but perhaps look inward, away from the coast, and get better deals. But you got, one expense I didn't talk about here was property management expense. I pay my property manager 8%. So that property management monthly fee is $76 a month. Okay, so every single that property manager is getting $76. I still get a positive cash flow of $358.86. Okay, so do you have any questions? Was I clear as mud, or did you understand what I was saying? All right, hopefully you understood what I was saying. If this is new to you, watch the video again if that'll help you. Get pad and paper, get a pencil and pad, write some notes down. But you got to learn how to run the numbers. It's not complicated, okay? It's not hard. It's easy to do. You don't need a tablet. You don't need a phone. You can do it on a piece of paper, a little piece of paper. You can figure the numbers out. Use mental math, use a calculator. It's not hard, okay? All right, if you got any questions, just post away. Ask questions and I will answer. All right, Mazske is signing out.